We do have expectations that are different from the Big 12.
But I think you have to learn how to run practice, and you have to learn what you want out of the weight room. You have to learn how to manage boosters.
We say all the stuff about Brent Venables, what needs to happen. If that doesn't happen, they will get rid of him and find someone who can do that.
I am so excited for SEC fans to go to Norman.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's one of the most amazing places to cover a college football game. I haven't been there in a couple of years because we take Marty McGee on the road in the SEC, but prior to that I was there. I basically paid taxes there when Baker Mayfield was there. I was there all the time. And so it's such an amazing game day experience, and to me maybe nationally underrated.
Yeah.
And so I'm so excited for my SEC people. I went to Tennessee, and you know they got to experience Norman, and they won't shut up about it. And so I'm excited for them to go there. Just like I remember Baker Mayfield being so excited about going to Neyland Stadium in Knoxville, because you hear about it, but you don't ever get to play. Yeah. And so I'm excited for people to experience Norman, number one, and number two. I think Oklahoma's going to be fine. You know, it's one of the top 5 greatest programs in the history of college football, in my opinion. Certainly top 10. And all they've ever done is win games in every era of college football in 150 years. So I don't think they're going to have any problem in the SEC.
Well, the support and the fan base are part of the intrigue, and we wouldn't be in this conversation if the support and the fan base weren't at the SEC level. Our staff has traveled once to Norman to just evaluate game operations. We do have expectations that are different from the Big 12. We also hosted both the Oklahoma and Texas Athletic Department representatives in Birmingham last November to walk through our policies, the way we do things, introduce both senior leadership teams to our staff, and we will continue that process over the next year. We dusted off the playbook from Texas A&M and Missouri entering, and we were successful in a much shorter period of time, and we've used the opportunity over the last few years to orient ourselves in really an intentional way so that come July 1st, 2025, when the SEC lights are fully on in Norman and Austin, everybody's ready to go.
Well, I think OU brings an absolute perfect fit. I mean, from tradition to importance in the daily household. You know, you guys, you're walking around, you see the slogan, it just means more people hear it, they make fun of it, whatever it is. But the reason that is as true as it is because every game, every outcome, every weekend, every result means more to people in this league and in the households in this conference than in most other places around the country. OU is exactly the same. We all know that. Culturally, it's a great fit. So they're going to bring a great brand, a great tradition, a great history, great fan base. And I'm not just saying that from an OU perspective. Everybody I talk to in this league is from our analysts that have no affiliation whatsoever with OU. Everybody's excited to have them here.
I think Oklahoma's going to be fine in the SEC. I mean, let's look at the history of Oklahoma football. There was basically one down period after Barry Switzer left, so kind of mid-90s to late 90s till Bob showed up. That's it. Yeah. They've been really, really good the rest of the time. There's only one program in college football that has been more consistently good, and that's Ohio State. Everybody else has had these roller coaster dips, and you know, Alabama's here today. Remember before Nick Saban took the Alabama job, people were like, he's crazy to take this job. Those people are nuts. You can't win consistently there because they're crazy. No. They've had their dips. Now they're up. Georgia's had their dips. Now they're up. Oklahoma has not really had those dips. And that's why I don't worry about Oklahoma, because we say all the stuff about Brent Venables, what needs to happen. If that doesn't happen, they will get rid of him and find someone who can do that. Oklahoma has won a lot of games. It doesn't seem to matter what conference they're in. They'll continue to win a lot of games. You know.
Listen, the learning curve is super steep. And even for a legendary assistant coach, I was talking to Sam Pittman earlier today. Sam Pittman has won the National Assistant Coach of the Year award however many times and coached at every great program. And he's the first one to tell you he thought he knew what being a head coach was till he had to do it. And now he's in year 3 and things have slowed down, and he understands the job because it's a CEO job. And I think Brent will probably tell you the same thing. There's a learning curve. You had to take the job. That's the dream job for him. And so they're going to be fine. But I think you have to learn how to run practice, and you have to learn what you want out of the weight room. You have to learn how to manage boosters, and when the quarterback's girlfriend breaks up with him, and all these things that you don't think you're going to have to deal with as an X's and O's guy, he's going to be fine, I believe.